everyone, Destiney Adkison with Adkison and Associates. I am a broker owner of a real estate brokerage here in Long Beach, Mississippi. I work the entire Mississippi Gulf Coast, and today we are doing a PowerPoint presentation, Steps to a Sale. This is a guide to help buyers and sellers. I am going to be referencing my laptop, which I'm going to have here on my lap, and this is just going to be a good education video if you are in the process or starting the process of buying or selling a home. So first off, let's set the scene. You have already spoken to your loan officer and gotten your pre-approval. You've already found your real estate agent and they have been showing you homes. You have been searching and you finally found the perfect home. Your agent has walked you through what to do to submit the offer, and then your offer was accepted. So what happens now? That's what we're going to learn about. So first off, must do ASAP. Once your agent has notified you, letting you know that your offer's been accepted, they are going to be collecting the earnest money deposit if they did not already do that when you submitted the offer. I know in the state of Mississippi, we have 24 hours after an executed contract to go ahead and collect that. It's going to be whatever amount that the contract has set. Typical is $500. If it's a more expensive home, you may be asked to put up $1,000. Your earnest money deposit, EMD, escrow, it's referenced many different things. That's basically a deposit that you put with the contract, kind of putting a little skin in the game, and it's something that your agent is going to hold on to through their brokerage, and you will get that money back at closing. You could either have a check made back out to you, or you can just take it off the bottom dollar owed at closing. So that's first, number one, going to collect the earnest money. Number two, you're going to discuss home inspection. Home inspections are not required by a loan. They are, however, very smart to get. This is where you're going to hire a third-party contractor to come inspect every nook and cranny of your new home. That's the home inspection phase. You can get some good referrals from the real estate agent you're working with, or just check Google for highly rated home inspectors. After the property inspection has been completed and you're happy or scheduled, your next step is going to be getting everything over to your lender. A lot of times your agent's going to do this for you, but you just want to make sure that the loan officer you've selected gets a copy of that executed contract. You want to let them know, we found a house. We did an offer, it's been accepted. Here's the paperwork. Please tell me what I need to do now to get started. Okay, next step is going to be the title commitment. This is going to be choosing who you want to use as a closing attorney. If you have an attorney that you've used for other things, you've got a good rapport with them, just tell your agent, hey, I really like Mark Orgler over at Schwartz, Orgler & Jordan. I would like to use him as my closing attorney. If you don't have a preference, use your real estate agent, say who's a good person to close with. Sometimes contracts are specifically written to close with certain title or attorney offices. If your contract is not specifying that, your real estate agent should know a good list of closing attorneys. From there, your agent's going to send the executed contract along with all your information over to the title company, and somebody from the title office will call you and discuss their fees, whatever additional payments are going to be required for the closing, all that good stuff. Step 5, if you've got a loan is always going to require an appraisal be done. This is another third person third person party is what I'm trying to say, that is hired through your loan officer, and they are hired to go inspect the house, not only for repairs, but to make sure that the value is there. They're going to be comparing the house that you have a contract on to other homes that have recently sold in that neighborhood. The bank has to make sure that it's a good investment to give you the money to buy that house. The appraisals could come back saying, hey, there is a busted window in the garage that has to be fixed before closing. Any repairs that the appraisal is asking to be done must be done before the bank is going to give you money. So even though you had that home inspection done and the repairs that the home inspector requested weren't that big of a deal to you, if the appraiser goes out and says, hey, these repairs are needed, then they must be done. So that's step 5, is waiting for your loan officer to order the appraisal. Step 6 is going to be insurance. You want to call everyone and get quotes on how much your new home is going to cost to insure. You can do that yourself. The loan officer is also going to find some, and your real estate agent should also be able to get you some quotes. Most of the time, you just go with whoever is going to give you the most bang for your buck. So that's step 6, getting your insurance. The final steps, number 7, you're going to want to get your utilities lined up. You cannot turn on your water or have the water transferred to your name without the deed. So what I tell my clients a lot of times, as soon as you get done with closing and you've got that deed in hand, just drive straight to the water department, turn in that deed, and say, I need to get the water transferred to my name. Utilities, in order to do a straight transfer, your agent can coordinate with the sellers saying, can you just put in a request to transfer on this date, the closing date? You want to make sure you get this lined up, because you don't realize how important it is until you get the keys, you are unloading the U-Haul, at 8 o'clock at night, and then your power gets shut off because the sellers had it scheduled to be turned off the day of closing, and there was no grace period for you to have time to transfer it into your name. So you want to make sure, step 7, you're getting all those utilities lined up. Number 8 is going to be scheduling the closing. Once the loan officer has given the clear to close, meaning that you got through the appraisal, you turned in all the forms that they were requesting, and the bank has approved to give you the money to buy the house, you're going to get what's called a clear to close. They're going to send you all the final numbers, and they're going to send that to the title company that you chose. And then the title company is going to contact you and your agent and the sellers and say, we've got all the paperwork we need. When would you guys like to come in and sign these forms? Step 9 is the final walkthrough. You're going to get with your agent. About a day or 2 before closing, you want to go through the house again. You're going to want to make sure that they didn't change out any light fixtures, ceiling fans. You're going to make sure there isn't big holes in the wall from moving furniture. Make sure your flooring didn't get scraped up. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. I've had people change out thermostats before. Ceiling fans, that's been one. I've had people just leave a whole bunch of garbage sitting in the house, just furniture and stuff that they didn't want. Well, that's a headache to you as the buyer. So you want to do the final walkthrough before you go sign those papers to make sure the home was left in a good condition. And step 10 is going to be closing the deals. You're going to want to make sure you bring your photo ID to the closing table, and whatever time the title company set is when you will meet, and you will sign the papers. If you used a loan to buy your home, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to get through a packet that's probably this thick of disclosures from your bank. So you budget about 30 minutes to get through closing. At the closing table, you'll get the keys to your house, and then it's totally yours. Go to the water department, get your water transferred, and then go unload your U-Haul. So that is a very quick step-by-step process for buyers and sellers when purchasing a home. If you have any other questions, or if you are interested in relocating to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, I would love to be your one-stop shop. Knowledge, experience, and despite what this sign says behind me, I may be from Ohio, but the Mississippi Gulf Coast is my home. I love what I do, and I tell everyone I meet that this is a place to live. This is a place to raise a family. Any other questions, leave them down below, and my contact info will be posted all over this video and down in the description bar. Y'all have a fantastic day, and thank you for watching.